to tell you guys that this is not just the grand opening of another medical clinic. This actually is a climax for Mountain Medical, as it is a start of moving towards having a multimodal pain management facility. And we here have tried to gather some of the very best specialists in the Denver area in one location so that we can better serve patients who are injured or suffering pain with less stress for the patients. We understand that an accident is a traumatic event for patients and that it can be a true dilemma in their life, and it can actually cause them to lose jobs, families, all kinds of catastrophic things if they don't have the proper support. But it can also be a window of opportunity if they have the kind of support that we provide. And we are here to try to make this a pivotal point in each person's life to try to help them to climb out of their injuries stronger with new choices and a personalized path of healthcare with all the multiple specialties that we have here. I know this is really long, but I just have to share with you that this Mountain Medical idea actually came from a moment of my own adversity, which I probably haven't shared with you, but when I was 30 and I had 3 kids, aged 3, 5, and 9, all boys, I was divorced and had 1 car, and I got rear-ended by an uninsured motorist. And I didn't have any medical insurance, and I didn't have a car because my car was in the shop, and I had a job and I had to go, so I had it towed to a shop to get repaired and was going to do it out of my pocket. And they left my car without the park brake on at the top of the hill near the shop, and it rolled down the hill into the shop. So both the front end and the back end were destroyed on my car. This is true. And it was truly a dilemma. And of course I was very upset until the tow truck driver called me and said, I would like to keep this on a basis where we could settle this for cash. And I said, really? So he gave me the money for my car, and it was the money that I used to start PA school. And so it turned out to be a window of opportunity. So when I went out and started working, which I did in lots of places before, urgent care, pain management, chiropractic injury care, lots of different places, I ran into many people who were hurt in accidents and were in a similar circumstance to me, without insurance and with very little time to attend to their needs and no transportation to do it. And I developed this as a solution for their problem. And so when people come into us today, we do go ahead and defer their payment or give them affordable cash prices so that they can get the treatment they need and try to do it conveniently at one location so that it can become a window of opportunity for them rather than a catastrophe. So thank you for helping me celebrate this, because for me it's truly the birth of Mountain Medical, and I appreciate it. And I'd like to introduce to you our keynote speaker, who is Mark Simon, Esquire. And Mark Simon started out his career as a nurse and RN, no less, and then went ahead and went to law school and is a graduate from University of Houston Law School. He came to Denver in 1980 and started his practice, and he has been giving superb care to personal injury and work comp victims here in Denver since that time, and he's one of our favorite attorneys. Come right up, Mark.
Nancy, thank you. Nancy asked me to limit my remarks to an hour and 15 minutes. Because I see everyone is not drinking, not eating, not sitting down, perhaps not comfortable for a number of reasons. I'll keep it short and I'll keep it sweet. I'm here because Nancy is one of the kindest and most compassionate people that I've ever met. Now, I met her professionally at first, and I was very impressed with the way she operates her clinics and the care that she provides to her patients, genuine care that she really cares about, not just the medical care. And then I've learned through the business dealings what kind of person she is, and I'm friends with her now. I enjoyed Thanksgiving with her and Jason over at her house, and it was really delightful. And you know, it's the full spread. I'm still trying to lose weight from that. So the reason that I tell you that you can see that Nancy is a beautiful person, kind and compassionate, are the motives behind her opening this clinic and the clinics which preceded it. Because from everything that I can see, there's no economic motivation whatsoever involved here. And it does seem that the purpose of the clinic is to provide care for people who can't otherwise provide it. So I'll say a few words about how people who are involved in auto accidents often cannot obtain care from other sources. First of all, if they don't have health insurance, and it's not obvious where they should get medical care, they may turn to University Hospital or the University of Colorado for emergency care. And those institutions are great for people who have extreme acute injuries, life-threatening emergencies, but not so good for chronic care, the sprain strain type of injuries, or the chronic pain which can arise after an auto accident. So there's a real need for facilities where patients can treat. Many times, people who are hurt in auto accidents may have a form of no-fault insurance available through their own insurance company or applying to the car that they're occupying, but that's usually very limited in amount. $5,000 is typical for a no-fault medical payment limit. So there's a significant population of people here in the Denver metropolitan area who are injured in auto accidents, who don't have sufficient medical care and can't figure out where they should be able to get medical care because they don't have coverages available to them. For those who are injured through someone else's fault, that's kind of like the victims in auto accident cases, they can treat here on a lien-based accounting system. So the lien-based system is the patient is able to get their medical care up front, and then when their case against the driver who is at fault for causing the injury is settled, then they're able to pay their medical bills. And usually the medical bills take up a lot of the settlement. Sometimes there's also money for their pain and suffering, emotional stress, loss of enjoyment of life, and physical impairment. But obviously, the most critical piece of the puzzle is that they're able to obtain medical care. So a lot of times people will have health insurance, and I've had so many clients come to me and say, I was in an auto accident, my health insurance won't pay my medical bills. And I can tell the health insurance company that they are supposed to pay the medical bills if there's no other insurance available. But people who are hurt in auto accidents, they're not lawyers. They're not experts in how to obtain medical care. They get turned away from many different institutions and many different payors who really probably should be paying their bills. And so a clinic like this offers, hope for people to get better. It offers an opportunity for them to treat regardless of their immediate ability to pay. And one of the things that impresses me the most about the clinic is it's not confined to one area of expertise. Nancy's clinics have medical doctors, chiropractors, physical therapists, neurologists. One of my clients was able to have orthopedic surgery through the clinic that they would not have been otherwise able to obtain. So Nancy's clinics are doing a fantastic public service. There's a crying need for it. And I kind of want to wind back around to the way I started this comment by saying Nancy's just a wonderful person, and what she's doing here is a really beautiful thing. And I thank you.
Stay right there. These are the ones that we do surgery with. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this ribbon.
You got, okay, wait, hang on a second.